Basic accounting at Georgia Tech is all about funds and transactions. Our money sits in funds, and money comes and goes to the funds through a constant stream of transactions. Every time you swipe your P-card for a purchase, or use one of Georgia Tech's financial systems to process a travel reimbursement or pay an invoice, or collect your paycheck at the end of the month, a corresponding transaction is created in Georgia Tech's financial records, and the corresponding funds are updated. With these transactions and more whizzing by us every week, thousands upon thousands of transactions in all, you may wonder, how does all that money end up in the right place? The answer is the chart of accounts. Georgia Tech's chart of accounts is comprised of 6 different fields, each describing a different aspect of any given transaction. There's the account number, the fund code, the department ID, the class code, the program code, and the project ID. The values that you enter in each of these fields are what sort and categorize our transactions. It's possible that you've referenced these 6 fields in the past without even knowing it. A speed type, for example, is just a commonly shared collection of values for the 5 fields shown in orange. The speed type, incidentally, always matches the project ID, so you may hear the terms used interchangeably. In a sense, the account number and the speed type tell us everything we need to know. The account number answers, what kind of transaction is this? While the speed type or project ID answers, who owns this transaction? Often you'll only need to know these 2 values to accomplish your financial tasks, but it's important to understand the full chart of accounts that lie behind them. At this point, you might be wondering, what does all this mean for me? As a financial professional, you may need to create, update, or report on transactions in a number of ways. To perform these tasks to the best of your ability, it's important for you to understand the typical transaction lifecycle, which is managed at every stage by the chart of accounts. First, a new transaction is created. It may be generated by a user in one of our financial systems, or automatically generated by a P-card or a recurring process, or created directly with a journal entry form. In all of these cases, the transaction will be associated with the right set of values for the full chart of accounts, telling us exactly what's being credited, what's being debited, and why. The values entered in those 6 fields ensure that every transaction is properly stored and categorized in the Institute's financial records, and that the right funds are adjusted in the right ways. Using the same chart of accounts later, you can run reports to see what's left in a given fund, what's already been spent, where the money went, and more. Because the chart of accounts provides such a detailed and specific framework for every transaction, you have a robust range of reporting options at your disposal to better manage and plan the Institute's finances. This course, Basic Accounting, will address these concepts in greater detail. Ideally, by the time you're finished, you won't just know how to do the tasks that comprise your financial role, you'll also understand why. Click Next when you're ready to get started.